It's a damp and dreary day across both islands, but there's one good thing on the horizon in that we could be seeing more clouds and more rain. That's all good, especially following the dry season. And also the rain gauge right now at Piarco is steadily filling. We are likely to still see another tropical wave bringing some dampness as we go through later tonight and into tomorrow. But so far, in terms of the rain gauge out at Piarco, it's now just about half what we normally expect for the month of June, and we are almost in the middle of the month. So it's good news. In fact, the rain gauges is following the calendar month. So we could be seeing June, obviously seeing more rainfall than we expect as we get towards the end of the month. That's the forecast. And then once we get into July, that will be the peak of the rains that we usually get for the year. So we're still looking at a lot of moisture hanging around both islands, but particularly up towards Barbados, into St. Lucia, parts of Grenada and up towards Dominica. This tropical wave coming through here is going to get most of its moisture blown towards the north, all courtesy of some upper level winds. So you see those green colors and the orange colors there, most of those coming into Barbados, and then eventually it will begin to sink further south as we get towards late on Thursday and going into Friday. And there's a bit of a break there, and that's expected to come by possibly on Saturday. So Tobago then is still under damp conditions as you go through tonight into tomorrow, especially for Charlottesville up towards Parle-Touvier. Dreary, damp start for you here. A couple of thunder showers are also possible, especially during the heat of the afternoon across the main ridge. So there is a possibility of street or flash flooding, and in those thunder showers, also the possibility of seeing some gusty winds. Meanwhile, for Trinidad, most of the showers are pushing towards the north. Overnight, there's still some damp spots expected, but as the evening cools, we should be seeing a few of those showers, especially towards the south. Towards the north, you'll still see a bit more cloudiness first thing in the morning, especially for those commuting along the east-west corridor. You will be using the umbrella, particularly up until maybe 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. And once you get the daytime heating, a few thunder showers are expected down towards Diego Martin, Port of Spain, and then along the Gulf of Paria. And that's usual for this time of the year. And also those winds will be pushing in from the southeast. So they will also be bringing a lot of moisture up towards that northeastern peninsula. So tonight's low then, 24 degrees Celsius in Trinidad, 25 in Tobago. Tomorrow's high in Tobago, hovering about 31, if that. It may just be hovering about 30 for the most part. But once we get into the later on in the week, we should be seeing some brightness come the weekend, 32 degrees Celsius there. For Trinidad, we're still likely to see lots of showery spells, a few thunder showers as well for Thursday and Friday. And then once we get into Saturday, there will be some brightness around as we start the weekend. For mariners and for sailors, you will notice the tropical wave passing through, and that will shift the winds from the east to the southeast, but still moderate, about 15 knots. And we'll still see a slight chop from the east of 8 seconds, and we're looking at waves of 1.5 meters through the Caribbean, pushing 2 in the Atlantic. Now, the Atlantic is quiet for now. We are in June. We have started the hurricane season, but so far things are pretty quiet across many parts of the Caribbean as well. There are only a couple of tropical waves coming through. One of the tropical waves is set to pass just towards the south of Hispaniola into Haiti and into Jamaica. So you could be seeing some cloudiness and some showers there as we go through the next few days. And definitely by midweek, we could be seeing a bit more of those heavier bursts coming along the south coast of Haiti and the Dominican Republic. So for travellers then out towards Kingston, partly cloudy at first, but you notice those showers beginning to build as we go through late on a Tuesday and Wednesday, and then going into Thursday, still expecting to see some dampness there. Also down towards the southern parts of the Caribbean, here we'll still continue to see a lot of rainfall. Some of that could be quite heavy across St. Lucia. Possibility of street or flash flooding is likely there. Also for Barbados, and maybe as far south as we get towards Kingstown in St. Vincent. And it seems as though Guyana will likely be drying out quite nicely. So that's your weather. That's it from me.